Right, so 5 positions of the pentatonic scale. In my honest opinion, they are the most useful 5 positions or 5 shapes that you will ever learn. So easy to do, so I'm going to jump straight in and explain. So what we've got is shape 1, shape 2, shape 3, shape 4 and shape 5. All in the same key, so we've got, at the moment they're all in the key of A minor, starting on the 5th fret. Each block is a separate shape, as I've just explained, and they all interlink with each other. So if you would imagine a fretboard going across the entire sheet from left to right, you wouldn't really be able to distinguish one shape from the next easily. So what we've done is we've kind of staggered this fretboard, or cut it out and brought it down a bit, so you can see where the next shape links into the previous shape. So if you look at the last half of the first pentatonic, basically that is exactly the same as the first half of the second pentatonic, and then the same for the last half of the second, first half of the third, and so on and so on. So the way to read these is you've got each dot represents a place where one of your fingers is going to lie separately. So you play each dot in turn and string by string. So you start off with a root note, then you go across to the next one, then to the next string, then to the next fret, etc, etc. So you're going across in that staggered motion until you reach from the root note all the way to the highest note on that scale. Then if you can, come back down the scale, or not if you can, it's probably best to practice coming back down the scale as well. So the way to kind of learn these in an accelerated way is to stare at that block, literally just stare at it and imagine yourself playing it on the guitar. So put the guitar down, stare at the block, imagine yourself playing those frets, what fingers you're going to use. You can sort of like virtually see your fingers across the fretboard and the strings. So think about what fret you're starting on, what fret's going to come next, etc, etc. And then if you do that for about a minute and a half, put the sheet down so you can't see it, pick up your guitar and then try and play that block, that shape. And hopefully, because you've been staring at it for a minute and a half, 2 minutes, it's going to kind of imprint a blueprint onto your mind. Therefore, a lot easier to remember the shape than just reading it fret by fret, or from a tab where you've got fret 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, etc. And then you repeat the process for shape 2. So you look at shape 2 and you end up staring at it, imagining yourself playing that shape on the guitar, what fingers you're going to use. You could even imagine the sound of it if you wanted to. Try and become aware of where the root notes lie. All that is on the sheet, which is available from the website. So after you've stared at it for a minute and a half, grab the guitar, put the sheet down, try and play shape 2, so it's kind of stuck in your mind, and then you go back to shape 1 and then play shape 2. It seems like a fairly long process, but it's not. It does help you remember them a lot quicker than reading them from a tab, or reading them from the block, but going dot by dot and not trying to remember it and visualize it first. So the key is to try and visualize the shape, learn the shape as a diagram, and then you can play them in any key. It's really, really good. It's the way I learnt these from my guitar teacher many years ago, and well, I never look back since. There you go, I remembered them all. So, and I've done the same thing with the blues scales and the major scales. So you can learn all the shapes. Once you've learnt all those, you can then fly around that fretboard covering 12 frets using just the pentatonic scale and apply it into any key because you've remembered the shapes. So I'll play through each shape for you now, just so you've got an audible representation of the scales, all the way from shape 1 to shape 5. So yeah, good luck with it, have fun, and just take your time. If you don't learn it within 2 minutes, then go back over it, keep reading it, keep staring at it. And it's also something that you can do whilst just sitting down on a train, on a bus, in the car, obviously not driving. and just making sure that you're remembering that shape as an actual shape or a diagram or a block, so you can see it even when you're not on the guitar. You can see that shape. That's the important thing. So good luck with it, and now I will play the shapes for you so you can hear them. Forgot to mention, this is available from my website, www.guitarjammingtracks.com. Go to the lessons and downloads section, and then there'll be on the left hand side of that page there'll be a little tab saying scales. So if you just click on that, and you'll see the pentatonic. So shape 1, we are in the key of A minor, so we're starting on the 5th fret. We've got fret 5 on the 6th string, the E, fret 8, next string the A string, 5 and 7, then it's 5, 7 on the D, 5, 7 on the G, 5, 8 on the 2nd string, the B, and then 5, 8 on the 1st string. Okay, shape 2, starting on the 8th fret. So we've got 8 and 10 on the 6th string, 7 and 10 on the A string, on the D, 7 and 10, on the G we've got 7 and 9, on the B is 8 and 10, and on the high E is 8 and 10 as well. So we end up with okay, the next one, we start on the 10th fret for shape 3. So this goes 10, 12 on the 6th string, 10, 12 on the A string, 10, 12 on the D, 9, 12 on the G, 10, 13 on the B, and 10 and 12 on the high E. Okay, shape 4 is starting on the 6th string. We've got 12 and 15. Next one on the A string, 12 and 15. On the D, 12, 14. On the G, 12, 14. On the B, 13, 15. On the high E, we've got 12 and 15. So we've got okay, and the last one, shape 5, we've got on the 6th string, shape 5, we've got 15, 17. A string, 15, 17. D string is 14, 17. G, 14, 17. B, 15, 17. And E, 15, 17. So that one, if you're going to bring it down the octave, we've got basically 3, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, and 3, 5 again. And that kind of brings you back to shape 1 nicely if you're coming back down to your original shape. Try alternate picking your way through these if you can. It'll be good exercise for picking and fretting, so you get the coordination right between both hands. Good luck, have fun.